Welcome on in, guys, to Talking with the Gourds. This is a podcast where me, Khrono, will be here with some friends and talking about different topics and different things about different things and done upon other things. We're going to be talking with today with Ready Player Gabe, RPG, and OG Fire Mairon. How are you guys doing today?
Just chilling, really. Vibing.
Yeah, pretty much just chilling, vibing.
Chilling, vibing,
Just
chilling.
the usual life, you know.
The usual life, yeah,
The
yeah. The huge.
The huge.
What's the huge these days?
The usual life of living in a red state.
Not living life in a red
Damn.
state. I mean, I just got done with the stream, so I'm big chilling right now.
Heck yeah.
Post stream life.
Post stream life, let's go.
I'm also in that post
yeah.
stream life too. Because I finally fucking got Monster Hunter World working again. Jesus
Let's
Christ.
go.
Let's go. Yeah, Mairon was going, I think, months with a crappy graphics card. Finally got an upgraded one, and finally have everything running smoothly again. They were going crazy, being like, almost blew up their computer. Almost blew up on them in a sense.
Not blew up the computer.
Mhm.
Not that.
You want to tell us about
that? Yeah, because it's too fucking funny.
The tea says.
So, the motherfucking tea.
Get it, Myron.
Get it.
Bitch, you know it. Bitch, I'm gay as fuck.
Spill.
You know this shit.
Yeah, so that happened.
Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, Khrono and I were playing Monster Hunter Wilds and just, running some hunts.
Mm-hmm.
And last hunt that we did, we were going after an Arkfeld.
Oh, not the
feathers. Yeah. The feathers on his wings were just black. Textures not rendered in whatsoever. It was a void.
Oh no.
And if you know Arkfeld, what color are they supposed to be, Gabe?
Oh no. What? Well, I mean, this will be white. This will be white as snow.
Yes.
Oh,
also the sand in the dunes area. Checkerboard.
What
it had
kind
turned
of
itself into a
Kingdom Hearts
checkerboard
world is this?
I don't know. But suffice it to say, after 5 years, the 2070 Super had finally cooked itself.
Well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
now we've got a 3060.
Okay, I'm surprised you didn't get the magical blue smoke.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of surprised I didn't get the magical blue smoke either.
I think we beat it to the punch. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think we shut it down before it could start hitting the smoke.
Yeesh.
That or it was concerned that I was gonna give us some smoke.
That's true.
Exactly. So we're here today also because right now it's 5/23/25. We are literally 8 days away from the start of what's that month called? What's the month of June for everyone here?
Okay, how could you not know what the month of June
girl,
is? It's
girl,
of course
queen.
You
know exactly what
it is. It is the time where I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know how to put it because I don't want to I don't know if anyone's gonna be offended. I pray no one gets offended. By us of the rainbow celebrates our
slay queen, slay
our slay age where it's at its ultimate power.
Exactly.
Where it's at I don't know it's shinier than the moon. Pride month.
Pride month, yes.
Pride month.
Totally. That took a while to get out.
I was trying to make it as elegant as I could, but my brain was like, nope, your brain, nope, Gabe, your brain is
elegant.
Brain out of ear, down the drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Into the river. Out to the ocean.
Went, just down. Just done. You're done. Just spit it out.
It's going to Hawaii at this point. It's fine.
Exactly.
Hawaii? No, it goes to Palm Springs. Hello, that's like gay Disneyland. Duh.
That's true.
That's
Damn.
true.
Okay. So yeah, we're here today to. I was gonna ask these two wonderful peeps. What does the LGBTQ plus and pride mean to you as a streamer? Like, what? I guess the best way to say it is brain farts.
There we go. See, now I'm not the only one with the brain fart.
I know.
Exactly.
What it means to you as a streamer to like with the community base. What kind of community is brought to you to be where you are today? Like when you find people like see you and go either misgender or are rude about you just being gay or whatever. Like what do you do? Like what like and if not even the rude. What are the positives too? So that with the negatives and positives and all that in all retrospects, like what would you do? What does it mean to you?
So like the pros and cons of us as streamers and being a part of the LGBT community, basically, right?
Yeah.
Is that where it's kind of going? All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean,
Apologies,
for me
had to speak.
I mean, like for me personally, I would say like for one as being a streamer and one still being a little new to it. Yes, I'm just 7 years out of the closet.
Oh, out of the closet, 7 years.
7 years out the closet.
Oh my!
So it's I'm not. I still consider myself like a baby gay, but
You're such a baby.
Yeah,
I'm just a baby.
But I mean, from experience, I would say like for one, it's a lot of being like like your openness, open-minded, seeing things from other people's perspective, which is in general, but from like I'll say like from last year, I'll say TwitchCon, 2024, when I was able to do the meetup that we had, the LGBT QIA plus meetup, for the streamers, it felt like you were at home. Like there was no judgment, there was no like just it was just an open space. Like everyone, you're within your own like I don't want to say like within your own people, because that's not what it is.
Yeah.
It's just you're within your own you're within your own space, with the community that is all that also can relate to you. Some can relate to your struggles. People's other stories are different. It's just it's a community where I think like where we all cultivated acceptance, love, respect, and this goes for all communities. All communities cultivate the same thing, one way or another. So I mean that's what I think it is. Like for me personally, for pride, and like the cons of it, like yeah, some people look down on you, some people won't. They'll sometimes will shun you, all depending on how they feel or how sometimes their viewpoints are or their upbringings or their certain like mindsets, and it's just that's a lot what we have to face. Like even nowadays, right now, with how everything's going, a lot of people look down on the LGBT community because we don't follow the same mindset. We have our own flow. Everyone else, we're all stuck. Like some people, because I used to be one of these. I used to
Gabe,
just think,
how dare
hey,
you?
this was me back in the day in high school, middle school. Used to be like,
wait,
what they're doing.
Unlearned all the shit yet.
Yeah, it's just like to the point where you're just like, where at first you see them, you're just like, you see,
them
people in the community.
rude.
Them, not them. I'm gonna say not them, but you know what I mean.
I know you.
But at first when you're very like ignorant, I'll say that much.
Definitely,
yeah. When you're in that state of mind of ignorance,
yeah.
Where you're just like what the LGBT community does is wrong, but yet when you don't experience it, when you don't open yourself to it, you're stuck in a hive mindset in a sense that that's not how it is. If you don't experience something, it's like say like like you play a game or you read a book,
Yeah.
like automatically you see the game, you're just like, I don't like that game. But the moment you actually play it, you're just like, okay, well, this is totally different of what I expected.
Completely.
this is very different. Like, as you know, don't judge a book by its cover. Basically, you don't know. You don't know their struggles. You don't know their story. You don't know what it's about till you're really willing to step in to that moment and getting to know someone from the community. And a lot of people will just want respect. All mostly, and all of us as part of the LGBT community, all we want is just to be accepted.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all we look for. So
Yeah.
Acceptance. Woo.
yep, that's a huge thing. Acceptance,
Acceptance into yourself
So,
and for
Yeah.
others. I mean,
of course, because that also
Yeah.
it also makes you it also like um it makes, in a sense, also the community that you build, it makes them feel at home. Like they don't have to worry about like what people will say or how people will view them.
mhm.
Like it's a safe space. It's a community where they can feel free, where they have freedom, where it's just, it's not, no one's now judging, no one's judgmental, even though we have like people that are judgmental at times. But
Yeah.
it takes time for it to kind of disperse and for you to start slowly becoming open-minded and accepting, and just giving people a chance, giving them an ear, for them to just talk and for you to listen, and just maybe that's just all they look for. That's what it is.
Exactly.
For
Yeah.
me personally, that's how I see it. So
Mm-hmm. A safe
Yeah.
space for someone to feel welcome, to feel included.
exactly.
Even if it's like just being included in something is a big deal from a lot of people out there, especially in the LGBTQ community. Like you can't just go and be like, we can, but it's like it's hard to like find that space because it's like it's getting into like you can't just enter into a community or a new community and expect them to like completely accept you because one, they don't know
Yeah.
you, and two, these people might be the rudest rudest most people out there. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no, not unfortunately. Unfortunately for a lot of us here, we know people and meet the right people under the right circumstances. Allows us to find people like me. I met you. Me, I met Mairon, and we now like have our communities all intertwined, and to be able to talk to more people who talk to more people, and I like it's crazy
Right.
the amount of people I met. Like
Yeah.
it's
Right.
just-
It's like the same thing. It's like the first day, like we automatically all clicked together.
Mhm.
Like
It was
even
me.
though
I think me and you the first time we met. It was like a last minute thing. It was just like because
Yeah, it
I
was
saw
last-
you.
it was
I
the
saw you
last-
TwitchCon, and I was just like, he's dressed as Sora.
Yeah. Yeah,
he
it
has
was
a
a last-minute
keyblade,
thing.
and Gabe's like, he's gonna steal my keyblade. He's gonna steal my.
Yeah, I was like I said, like that story was always like that's like the what's it called? That's like the cornerstone of our friendship. It's just like
He's gonna steal my
like,
keyblade.
for anyone who wants to know the context. So the context the context is that the way that me and Khrono met was because I cosplayed as Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora. I think it was like before the game came out, or like prior to the game coming out, one of the two.
It was one of those things. I think it was prior.
I think it was prior or before. I don't know.
Well, it was
But it
2017 or 2018. I think it was 2018.
I think one of the two.
No, 2018 because it was San Jose,
Those both be
and that's
before.
we met at San Jose.
So it was either before or after.
It was been
the
before,
game
yeah.
came out.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
before or after.
Yeah, because we
But
met in San Jose.
either way.
Yeah.
But either way, it was one of those games. It was one of those days. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go cosplay for the last day. I was like, might as well. And I was walking around Artist Alley one last time. I was like, you know, I'm gonna go up and down. Let me go see what they got. And I was looking at, I think it was Pro Madoka. I think that's what her name was at the time. I don't know if she switched it or not. But I was looking at their booth, and Chrono's right there. And I'm like, these are pretty cool. And then he like walks up
I tap on the shoulder.
and
I
was
think.
like, hey, it was like, yeah, you just like tapped on my shoulder, and I'm like, excuse me? I was like, hi. And then you were just like, I like her keyblade. It's like, can I hold it? I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, I was hesitant at first. I was like, he's looking at it up and down. I'm like, Gabe, get ready, because he might dart. I was like, he might dart.
No.
I was like, get ready. And
That would have been the
then
one
he
way
was
to
like,
get kicked
"Here."
out of TwitchCon, and I don't
he was
want.
like, here you go. I was like, oh. I was like, thanks. He's like, yeah, I really like her cosplay. I was like, thank you. And then
It's like
it's just that, and I was like,
I was super excited. Like, I don't think Gabe understands this. I was super excited because that around that time was when I was getting into Kingdom Hearts. Like, I started playing the end of like either 2017 or like the beginning of 2018, and I just was playing through all the games to get to that point. And Gabe probably being like, "Oh," and I'm like, I'm excited because I'm playing through the games, and like I see someone actually like cosplaying someone from a game like I'm really enjoying. So it's like, oh. And I mean, when I get involved in a fandom, I get really involved in a fandom. Like, I don't just like simple like I remember going crazy and buying. I have like at least 30 plus Funko Pops of Kingdom Hearts already. So it's like,
I think the Funko Pops hadn't even come out yet.
I had 11. I know. I have 11. Legend of Zelda.
Mine's over here showing the tattoos.
Yeah, tattoos. I have
all the tats.
I have like 11 Soras.
I have at least like
Supernatural.
I think like 5, and I have the big old one. It's like one for the
Hi,
KH3,
that is
like,
my chicken.
Is it the KH3 box? That it has Sora like on the wave of on the wave
Mairon is talking to the kitty.
Heartless. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my cat is trying to steal my chicken tenders.
Yes.
But yeah, it's Sora riding on the wave of Heartless.
Oh, I've seen that one. I wanted that one so bad when you saw it. Oh, you bitch!
I have it because it came in the box, and I freaking got that box.
That is amazing.
So I have that one, but I never took it out of the box. I want to take it out and put it in display up here, but I'm just like, I took out my KH3 Sora, just a little small one. I took out that one. I put it here on my little shelf stand.
The rules, the way the Funko is that I understand is, it doesn't matter how damaged the box gets, as long as the Funko it's in perfect condition, you can still get the full price for it because technically the boxes all come open.
Yeah.
So
mine, I have
you
like
still get
the way
technicality, yes.
Technically, yeah. Like the way that I have mine up here, the setup. I don't know if people want to know about this, but the way that my setup is, like, in the sense, like my whole entire like gaming history, I have it up here, but like in figurine form. So I got like Crash, which was like one of my first PS1 games. Sailor Moon was one of my first animes as a kid. Spyro was one of my other first games that I played as a kid. Sly Cooper was when I started my PS2 era. Kingdom Hearts, and then right now it was Bayonetta, which was a very Bayonetta. The reason for me I put Bayonetta is because Bayonetta was the game that got me affiliated on Twitch. So Bayonetta holds a really like deep spot. So I have that one, and then basically, yeah. So, yeah, not to get off point, but that's okay. That's a little tangent.
It's okay. So now,
yeah, Myron, what about you?
What about you, Myron? I was about to say that. Like, what about Myron?
Yeah, what about Myron?
Let's hear.
Myron's back, like waiting.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm just waiting.
Chilly.
But yeah, it really does just come down to feeling like you actually, feel like you have a place that you belong in regards to the LGBTQ. Because it's like, I only just came to the full and proper realization that, I identify as a guy. Like,
which is nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, I only, mind you, I am quite a hell of a lot closer to 30 than I am to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Like, by a long shot. And I only just figured this out a couple of weeks before TwitchCon this past year.
Oh, what?
Did you not notice?
Yeah, I didn't know. Like,
well,
I didn't know.
Gabe didn't go to the 2023.
Oh no, true. So they saw you.
So he didn't see.
Yeah. I did.
I don't know who
this. The transformation.
He did not. Yeah, he did not see the. I don't know who this bitch is, because when I look at those pictures, it's like, I don't know who this bitch is, but she a baddie.
Yeah.
But like,
you still a baddie.
Yeah, after what we saw at TwitchCon, of last year of 2024. You breaking it down. Oh yeah, I did. I was like, this person is a baddie. Sorry, I'm like, this guy's a baddie. I'm like, yes, I agree.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it was like, you know, it was a full send on the hair and the makeup and
Mhm.
booty shorts with the fishnets. Full send.
I can't even see it, but
Yeah.
it's
I
all
was about to say, you can't even
that one you can't
see.
see.
that shit.
You can't.
Hold on.
No,
Here.
I think
Hold
I
on.
think
Here
y'all
you
showed
go.
me
There we go.
before. Yeah,
Yeah.
Myron, I think you showed it to us.
I feel like you
before.
did. I feel like you showed Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
'cause you
probably
guys-
did.
Yeah.
You guys had your fun
Um,
conversations like at TwitchCon multiple times over.
Oh,
so
yeah,
oh
yeah,
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 I'm
yeah.
I was
pretty
about
sure.
to say we
pretty sure
were so busy yapping away, fucking Yapatron 9000 at the fucking Japanese
bars,
barbecue.
Japanese
joint.
barbecues, bars,
that
all
was-
the above.
Oh, that place was still fun. No.
God.
The best part. Okay, the best part of that night. No,
I love how I'm the
no,
one
the
who ended
second
up
day.
manning the grill that day.
No, it was
you just know how to
man.
man a grill.
I just know how to man a grill.
No, the second day was when me
Keyword
and my room was
man
like,
a grill.
I think no, it was Friday. No, Saturday.
Nah. This is why I'm not
No.
a butter.
Oh no, wait, it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. I remember Friday night
Yeah.
is when we were literally like freaking just like checking out everybody for no reason.
I remember
We
that.
were walking by.
Yeah, we were at the field.
I think it was
Yes.
no, I think it was Thursday. Thursday when we saw. Was it Thursday when we saw Sarah? I think Thursday or Friday.
I don't know. I
Thursday.
saw her like day 1, day 0 technically, so I can't really say for sure.
Yeah, no, it was Thursday because Friday that's when we all had pizza. Remember, we all had pizza from our birthday.
Oh yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah.
Friday was day one.
Yeah. Friday was when we did the pizza.
Yeah, Friday was day one when Sarah
Wednesday,
almost killed me
Thursday.
I was
Yeah,
buy-
because
when I
it
tried
was.
to buy my own pizza. That story
Yeah,
will never
I
get
thought
old.
I
And
thought Sarah was about to start throwing hands with your ass
Yeah.
over that shit.
Sarah was gonna throw hands. Pip was gonna throw hands. They're all gonna throw hands, and
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Are you
They're-
motherfucking crazy?"
They're about to
and you're
jump
like,
me
you're like,
for no
I
reason.
was motherfucker, I was
Okay.
3 seconds away from managing to fucking just manifest a fucking chancla. Just boom.
we gotta just carry a chancla on our hip. So anytime Gabe gets out of line, we just pull out pull the chancla.
Conceal carry lace open carry from the chancla.
This is my carry-on chancla.
Got you.
Exactly.
But
Continue,
so
Myron.
also,
Oh yeah. No.
Myra, what? Oh yeah. Side note. So what are the cons? What are the cons for you, Myra?
Well, I grew up in Kentucky and I currently live in Ohio.
Wait.
If that
Ohio
doesn't
exists?
tell you. Yes, it is unfortunately more than just a liminal space that exists as some sort of
So the myth is
conglomerate
true.
hallucination.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the state of Ohio is not a myth.
Oh man.
Neither is Kentucky, and both of them are glaringly red. But
So we all know,
Yeah,
we all
it's
know how
like-
that goes.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Honestly, it's a fucking miracle that
Yeah.
I was able to even get on T.
Have you had any like
Which-
as transitioning? Have you had any cons in the streaming areas, even streaming side of things, or even just communities that you've joined in? It's mentioned like they misgendered and you do, then they come out negative about it. Has anyone ever has anyone so far been negative so far, or is it all been?
Everyone that I'm out to in that regard, like they're fine with it. They've not given me issues.
Good.
But unfortunately, the German and Irish genetics blessed me with the Bahanga Zonga Longa Mamas.
Bahanga Zonga Mama Llamas. Is that what you said?
Yeah, just
or did I miss it?
calamity. The calamity that is my memories. Because they are calamitous in volume, and I hate it.
That's understandable.
Or
Completely understandable.
Okay, Or what about this? Or have you faced like any like like when you tell them that you're trans, have you faced like any like I guess any toxicity or any opposition or like any sense of like I guess like in a way like you don't like it doesn't feel right, like
No.
like drama or anything like that?
No, but then again, I've also been like really, really picky and choosy
Mm-hmm.
with who around me
Mm-hmm.
I've told. Online is obviously a different story. Half the time, I don't fucking check comments on shit.
And
Mm-hmm.
I feel
or
like you
my
don't see,
messages.
and you still come into a chat anyway. It's a lot of just chatting, so you don't really actually have to like hear your voice. It's all that, so you can already gender yourself the way you feel appropriate and to comfortable to yourself. You don't have to go and be like, them hearing your voice without actually without gendering you right away, and then going into
Right.
chat and then having them gender you there, because sometimes people don't, they hear your voice, they just assume, they don't
Mm-hmm.
go back and forth with saying blah 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 blah, her blah 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 blah, him. They don't do that. It's when you hear the voice, it's kind of just already in the assumption in your head, if they don't gender themselves, that it's just
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So they just enjoy the time they have, and then boom.
Mm-hmm.
But that's if you get
And
to
it's
that
like
part.
suddenly,
Mm-hmm.
suddenly they hear my voice and they're like, "Hold on, what the hell's happening here?"
Right.
And then it's just like, well, it is what it is.
It is what it
Take
is.
it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like it? Hit the bricks.
Right.
Right.
Yours that way.
It's crazy, like, cause like, not crazy per se, but I've done quite a few streams where Mairon jumps in and then new viewers come in and they're always like her, and I'm like him. Like, I don't think some people pay attention sometimes, but I'm just like I don't even think Mairon hears it sometimes or like sees the chat enough to like think about it, because they're so focused being gremlin mode into Monster Hunter Wilds. So like they'll say something.
Usually I'm too busy like being in full send fucking gremlin mode.
And every time gremlin mode happens,
the fact that at this point my voice is deeper already.
Since the first time I met you,
because because when I used to talk, it used to be up here, and now doing that actually kind of hurts. Which I'm like, oh, good.
I'm so used to your voice at this point. Like, I don't realize the drop in like tone. To me, it's sounded the same all the way through, because like I've over the last 2 years more or less at this point, 1.5 2 years. It's just been
the baritone kind of. Like the baritone voice, like the deep, like I guess like the deep voice.
I just hear Mairon. Like I don't hear I don't hear a feminine voice. I don't hear a masculine. I just hear Mairon. Of course, because it's like for me, it's Mairon. Like whether if inevitably when it gets lower or whatever, I'm just gonna be like, hi Mairon. Nothing's gonna change for me, at least.
I mean, for crying out loud, I can literally just. I can do pretty damn good imitation of Dean Winchester. Just going, Sam! Sam right!
And hearing Mairon get mad at me when I start being like, oh, your character looks like Sam.
Not that.
I do that intentionally, because like their character does look like Gene Winchester, so it's just always funny to jump in and be like, I'll be like, oh, is that good character from Supernatural, is Sam Winchester? And I hear the crack in Myron's brain go, gunk. I'm gonna murder you, Khrono.
Just see.
And I know Mairon knows I'm joking.
I am going to strangle you. Not actually.
I know Mairon knows I'm joking, but it still gets there.
He's gonna strangle him, but in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Yeah.
But a good way.
Just so you know, this podcast. Obviously, this podcast is brought to you by Safe Words. Pineapple. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my!
I'm joking. I'm kidding.
Gabe. This is have a podcast.
Hey, you gotta throw some jokes in there now.
Oh, of course. That was a joke.
Exactly, and I'm sorry you've invited 2 of the lewdest motherfuckers that you know.
Of course. I mean, I had to for this podcast.
You have to start off strong somehow.
Start off strong. First podcast, best podcast. You know how it goes.
So, first podcast and canceled. No.
Oh! And gone. Just gone.
And gone. No, kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, motherfuckers be canceling bitches over shit that it's like, dude, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not that deep.
Well, hopefully the people listening to this podcast actually are part of the LGBTQ community, because the way I have it set up is the pumpkin patch.
Mm-hmm.
It's the pumpkin patch.
Right.
It's the gourds. Talking with the gourds.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The idea is how a pumpkin is no single pumpkin is ever exactly the same. The fact is that we're always gonna be different. We're always gonna be uniquely strange, unique, crazy, whatever shape you want to be. That's your soul. Like, your soul is shaped however you feel like it. So the idea is a pumpkin, a gourd. There's so many. How many gourds and pumpkins are exactly the same thing? Pumpkins are gourds, but pumpkins are, in retrospect, they're singled out because they look the best for Halloween.
And plus, if you're not part of the LGBTQ community, make sure you share it to someone who is. Just letting you know.
Exactly.
Give it to your brother. Your brother might be actually in the closet. You don't know.
Spread the word. Yeah, that's what I gotta do.
Spread
the word. Crying out loud, I literally spent 10 years. It was a 10-year period between me finding a post on Tumblr that said,
excuse me,
I've read so much gay fan fiction that sometimes I forget that I am not a gay man.
For me, I mean, the way I found out.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just a gay man stuck in the body of a teenage girl.
And then some points
later, I look at that post. I read that post and I went, "That's a mood," and did not revisit it for 10 fucking years.
Yes. And then some years later, some time later, Gale appears.
Yep. You go back to that post and you're just like, huh, I guess it was right.
It's a gay.
I mean, that was for me, like, the first, like, me being, young Gabe, being in the closet for so long. I couldn't accept it till, the day I had my first ever kiss. And
yeah, definitely, yeah.
It was like, okay, well, I'm just like, it feels right. It feels as it should be. This is it. And after that, I was like, you know what? I can't hide anymore. I can't. I can't.
Good.
I can say to people I'm not, but I'm just like, no.
You'd be lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself.
Exactly.
You keep hiding. You're lying.
Mm-hmm.
And you
exactly. If you suppress your feelings for so long, you're just like, I can't do this anymore.
Exactly.
If you try to fit a mold that someone placed on you, or because for X reason, and you want to break out, but you're so scared because you're scared of what are they gonna say? Am I gonna be shunned? Am I gonna be seen different? That, like, I'm gonna be honest here. Like, it is scary at first because it's a whole new like different life. It's like a different lifestyle. It's a different type of mindset. It's whatever it is for you. Like, it's scary because you have to come to terms with yourself, with something that you've hid for so long, that you're just like, the people around you don't know how they'll react. Like when for me, I went and told my best friend, and she was just like, oh, I already knew. I was like, wait, really? She's like, yeah. And then, the more people I told, they're like, hey, you're not different. You're still the same person as you are.
Mm-hmm.
Other people, they'll put up their boundaries. You'd be like, that's cool, but I just sit, 6 feet, whatever, however they place it.
Yeah.
But, eventually,
those 6 feet, those people who want to put their distance, either never really were your friends, or they just need time. Which sometimes is a matter of time, because it's like they have to come to terms, and it's like, oh, yeah, maybe it's, then they feel good because it's like then they finally they accepted you, and it's like, because if they're your friends, they will accept you for who you are, no matter what time and
Yeah.
place you are. Because sometimes it takes a long time for people to find themselves. There are people out there
Yep.
that haven't found themselves until they're like 40, 50. Like there's people out there that find themselves
Yeah.
today that are a lot older than a lot of us here. But sometimes
Yep.
you find yourself
In-
sooner. Like Mairon,
Yep,
they indirectly found themselves, from my member story, a long time ago without actually thinking about it. It didn't finally just hit.
Yeah. About
Eh, Everyone, I was like,
about
everyone's
18
waking up.
years
Everyone's waking up
old,
different.
and it was sometime between when I was 16 to 18, because I was definitely still in high school when I read that post.
That post.
And then it finally clicked a fucking decade later.
Right. I mean, I found out when I was like 24, 23, and it all went from there. Like, it's just, I'm happier where I am now than when I was back all those years. I'm just like, this is who I am.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
if you don't like it, then kick rocks. I'm not gonna like go back because of you want to stay friends and you don't want to accept me for who I am, or whatever. Again, whatever X reason, whatever situation you're going through, it's like, you be you. Like, if someone's gonna accept you, they're gonna accept you. If they're gonna love you, they're gonna love you. If not, then find
They can
a
take a
person
fucking
who will.
hike.
Yeah, again, find a community that will accept you for who you are.
Luckily, I don't have to do that.
whatever
Everyone's
are.
found me, so
I was about to say.
indirectly, like, what is it? I've known how I met Mairon. Here's a quick fun story time for how I met Mairon.
Here we go.
This is 22 years ago, so that's 2023.
Yeah, 2023.
I was already on my journey of losing weight. So like earlier that year, I had gone just headstrong into like weight loss journey. Went crazy the weight loss. Boom, boom, boom. By the time I'm at TwitchCon, I'm weighing 165 pounds. I was at 280, 165 pounds. I went to TwitchCon 2023, Vegas TwitchCon. I was going to have the time of my life, blah, 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 whatever. I didn't care what was happening. I'm like, we're going to have a good time. I'm looking sexy. I'm feeling good. Like, because like when you, like, for me, I felt miserable being huge. So, but I was 6'5", I'm like, Vegas. And I guess that indirectly, that confidence also helped too, because like one of our mutual friends, me and Mairon's, Mr. Pip Darty, one of the best kilt wearing people in the world, saw me.
Is he not one of our?
And we can't forget Mino.
Yeah, Mino. Yes. It made what?
I was like, isn't Pip now part of like all of our?
I was about to
Basically.
say, I think Pip's just in the mutual friend group.
He's now
Yes.
the mutual circle of all of us.
Yes, exactly.
He's just in the middle of the circle.
In a circle.
We're all just standing around him like weirdly T-posing to assert dominance.
Doing weird dances, running around Pip.
Yeah.
We're
alternating. We're alternating between doing weird.
Oh, you know what we're doing? We're doing the
shit around.
we're doing the dance they do in the Peanuts, where they go around the thing. It's like the.
Oh,
I hate it.
I hate that so much.
But we're just going around Pip that way. But Pip saw me. I didn't think I even saw Pip 1st. Pip saw me first and was like, Khrono? And like he had a double take, because at the last time he saw me, I was 100 pounds, 115 pounds heavier. Like, he saw me, Mr. Big Boy, and now he's looking at me like, he's like, what the fuck? Like, he can pick me up.
Right.
Looking at you like, who's this twink?
Who's this twink? Exactly. So it just went from
he went from bear to twink. Like, the hell? Like, what the fuck?
so that's when Mairon was already hanging out with Pip, and Mina was there too. Mino, one of the other best peoples you can ever meet there too. Awesome guy. Shout out Mino. I always say shout out Mino, because anytime Mino comes in the chats and me and Mairon, they're like, Mino! Just always, every single time. So, but yeah. Then I met Mairon, and then
I mean, Pip does the same shit.
Exactly.
So it's still anytime we see Mino.
But we that's when I met Mairon there at that TwitchCon. Like, I met, like, It's funny how I met you two both at TwitchCons.
Right. I mean, all of our friendships happened at TwitchCon. It was that,
Exactly.
or the way
something...
that, like, even last year, like the way that it like our like how the friendship like between me and Mairon was like at first, like I'll say this, I was very shy, because I'm just like I know either after certain situations, we're not even gonna talk about that, but certain situations, it felt like I'm going to screw up somewhere down this line, and I need to be very very cautious. But the moment I started getting to know everyone, I'm like, okay, time to get myself out of my own shell again.
Yeah.
Because I know on stream I tend to be very I basically
be extra, queen. Be extra.
I be extra and extroverted, but in reality, when you meet me in person, I'm massively shy. Like I'm the one that will be quiet half the time.
We had to like I know how I think we spent like all weekend trying to get you out of that shell too, because I remember it was me trying to do something, Mairon trying to do something, Pip doing multiple things.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah,
it was just launching the entire goddamn phone book.
Like we all like bar hopping was never a thing for me. Like that's one thing. I never was one to do that. I'm just like, okay, I'll have a drink. It was so fun. And go. But
the thing is, I've never had people to do that with.
Yeah, same.
Is my problem.
Me neither. Not even ever. Because I'm not the type of person. I'm the type of person that will go out to a club and dance. I don't need drinks to dance. I will be out there dancing. But
it does make the dancing more fun though.
Right. But having that first experience with everyone that I knew, and getting to see everyone hanging out, it's like, this is it. This is home.
Exactly.
This feels right.
Right.
So, yeah.
Then 2023, me and Mairon talked a lot, all through Vegas.
Yeah.
Went through multiple things, and then of course the farewells were always the saddest, saying "ta-ta for now, see you online."
Yeah. Love, peace, taco grease.
And then Taco 2024, let's go, bitches! Got everyone involved. Like, even Gabe was finally back, because Gabe, like, dipped out. Not intentionally. Because of, I think, funding and all for 2023 TwitchCon, because of, I think, funds at that point. And everything else.
It was fun. It was fun, and then, with, like, all the... I know Vegas has a ton of events always going on, so it's always like, either a concert, an event, and
they had TwitchCon literally the same weekend as when we were young.
Exactly.
Yeah, which was dear God, trying to get to kimchi that night on Saturday was like pulling fucking.
Oh my gosh, that like
yeah. So I kind of just decided to stay away from Vegas that year. I wanted to go. Don't get me wrong. I did want to go.
No, I believe it.
But
it was fun.
Like,
Mino got wasted.
Like I had everything completely set. I had like the hotel I was gonna get. I had
it was
the way I was gonna get there, like the flight in, the hotel I was planning to get, the ideas I was getting, and I was like at the end I was like, I can't do this. It's like I'm staying in Cal. No offense.
That's okay.
But
at least TwitchCon's in San Diego for the next few years, so we're set.
Right, I'm excited. But yeah. Next question.
Next question. But I was gonna say also, what also got everyone involved was also too Sarah. You got me, Sarah, at TwitchCon 2024.
Yeah, that one was crazy because I was the way I still like it feels like a faint memory, but the way the moment that you were like, "Hey, look, it's Sarah," I straight up like darted out of my chair. I was like, "Oh my God, it's Sarah!" Freaking almost like tackled her.
That's gonna be again. That's how it's gonna be
again.
Yeah,
then I was just like, Sarah, Christian, hi! Because
that's how it's gonna be this next year too.
We met up with them at
it was Thursday,
the after party.
Yes.
At Area 15.
Oh yeah. So, that was always fun too.
Yeah, that was.
And Christian was so freaking
you put
drunk.
288. Yeah, Christian was damn near Mino levels of white girl wasted that night.
Not white girl wasted.
But it was amazing.
Yeah, Mino was fucking white girl wasted in Vegas.
Oh yeah, it is adorable to see how Mino super white girl wasted.
Oh yeah, the way
It
that
was funny.
The way
I was
down.
okay, and then everything hit at once, and I was just like, "Hold on, I need to just stand here for a second."
I remember that.
And Khrono was like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "I will be."
I'm like, hold my arm. You're not gonna, you're
And
gonna
I'm just like,
fall.
"I'm okay. I'm okay."
We went
I'm
like
okay.
another 30, like 100 feet, and then, oh.
Yep.
Like, you started like get heavier, wasn't it? Like everything just.
Yeah. See, I can't get there.
I don't remember what it was, but I know you were like, okay, I'm okay. You could go a little bit longer, wait a little bit longer, and then so much farther.
Yeah, and then I got hit by like a wave of it, and I think it was because of the fact that like it was that section of the strip where there was a shitload of traffic because it was near where they were setting up for the Formula 1 race.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just so fucking crowded and overheated.
Yes.
And I just got hit with all of that, and it all hit back at once because like I was fine, and then I got hot again, and then I was not fine.
And being heat and drinking, being hot and drinking is not fun, especially
no.
It makes it worse.
And then there was that poor girl who was like passed out on the fucking ground, and it's just like I'm glad she had people there with her because otherwise it was going to be a case of like, are you good? Do we need to call somebody? Like,
yeah, it was crazy.
But on a funny note,
I'm
still laughing at the fact that Mino managed to fucking get us into Hakkasan for fucking free.
That was the day before. Was that the day before before I met you, all you guys?
That was Thursday. That was Thursday.
The day before, yeah.
Yeah, that was Thursday because that was the day I flew in. And we literally went to the club that night. And I was like, shit, the only quote-unquote club wear that I really have is the stuff that I was planning to wear for the fucking after party. Mm-hmm. So I ended up just, like, wearing the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I wore those shorts for, like, 3 rounds of bullshit.
Not the 3 rounds of bullshit.
Not the 3 rounds of bullshit.
Not the 3 rounds of bullshit.
Yeah,
Not
well,
that.
because I wore them to the club Thursday night, and then I wore them the next day for day 1, and then I wore them to the fucking after party.
Yes.
Well,
and each time it was a different shirt.
Different shirts.
Not each time a different shirt. Not that.
Gabe, stop calling them out. Do it. Stop it. Stop.
What? I mean, I've done it too. Like I like freaking the way had you met.
I mean, if we really want to talk about it.
Okay.
We really want to talk. I wore this to bed last night, and then I wore it to work today. So
that's okay. That's okay.
Khrono, had you met me the day before the whole cosplay day, you would have seen me like slowly progressing into my Kingdom Hearts mode, which was literally like I made a hoodie, because when you met me, it was I just started streaming, so technically I was a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, which I still am, but
Rolls eyes, what?
the community before the community what it is now for my stream community, it was the Keyblade Knights, so I literally had a crest of 2 Keyblades crossed on the chest part, and on the back had the Kingdom Hearts key of all the different foretellers. I wore that hoodie day 1. Day 2 was my Funko Pop Kingdom Hearts shirt. Day 3 was the cosplay.
Sorry, I'm laughing because me and Mairon, I had my like one sleeve up, and Mairon started putting both their sleeves up, and we're just like, Urgh.
It's kind of warm in here, but I also don't want to turn on the AC yet.
I don't have like tattoos too, but I'm all pudgy, but just
pudgy.
I'm a little pudgy too. It's okay.
It's so pudgy, Gaby.
I can still walk around fucking chicken.
I'm just all pudgy.
Okay, this build may look soft, but no, there is muscle under here. There's just a fair bit of not muscle on top of it.
Pudgy. This is not pudgy. This is muscle.
Pudgy. This is pudgy. This is muscle, but pudgy.
Pudgy.
But anyways.
Yeah, exactly. See, Gabe gets it.
Gabe gets
muscle,
it.
It's pudgy
still
muscle.
Also pudgy.
Well, there's pudgy a little bit. Just need tone definition now at this point. Okay, but anyways. to the last bit before we end here and a good little bit here,
already.
Yeah, we're at almost.
Already?
We're getting up to the 49-minute mark here.
Oh, shit.
So let's go for an hour.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
We can keep going either way. But I was gonna say,
Yapatron 9000 mode activated. The ADHD meds have left the system. What's stopping us?
exactly.
Basically.
What I was gonna say though, pride. What does pride mean to you, especially in not just in a matter of streaming, in a matter of just you, not anything else except for you? Like, what does pride mean to you as I guess as a streamer, but not as the streaming side of it, the streamer, not the streaming. Does that make, if that makes sense?
Personal sense.
Yeah, personal sense.
Personal sense. Okay. Khrono, you know what? You haven't even answered it either. I think you should answer the question as well. Yeah,
Answer
Khrono.
this question? Okay.
This one and the one before.
Oh, okay.
Both questions.
We're gonna ask you some questions. Let's go.
Because the host got to answer too, not just.
Yeah, exactly.
You can answer it too.
This is an interview. This is an
yeah.
interview. It's a podcast.
It is a
That means it's a
podcast.
conversation.
What's a conversation?
We gotta get
what?
we gotta get your viewpoint too. You know.
So it's a similar story, and I guess similar fun story. I came out bisexual quite a long time ago. At least maybe officially.
Sorry, the cat's being weird again.
7 years ago, 6 years ago, so at the same time as Gabe, I would say. And the funniest thing, when I finally told one of my best friends, they said, "Oh, I knew." The same exactly thing that happened with Gabe too. So it was just hilarious. They're like, "I knew." I'm like,
I love how our best friends automatically have that radar, and they're just like, "Yeah, we kind of knew already, but we were waiting for you to say it." But
exactly,
and they
waiting
in the wings.
One of my best friends from high school was like, "So I've realized I'm a lesbian," and I'm like, I've been knew this since I started hanging out with your ass in 2014.
You're like, duh.
You just would not have listened to me if I had been the one to say it.
Right.
Exactly.
But I clocked this.
Yeah. But I guess back to I was like back to me like what streaming and being in the LGBTQ community for me is. It's a big deal because for me, like I said, the biggest thing about me is my community. It's the pumpkin patch. I ended up choosing pumpkins long down the line because it was a way to pretty much be like, we're all different, but we're all also the same. Like we're all we're all a thing, a gourd. For me, it's a gourd, pumpkins. It always started pumpkins. Eventually, down the line, thanks to one of our now mutual friends, Danana, from Mairon here. We always do that. But they were like, "What about gourds?" They said something. I don't remember who it was, but it was something they mentioned that, and I was just like, you know what? Like that's like totally accurate and correct because like that's technically what a pumpkin is, a gourd. So I've been working with the gourd sense of it because like. It works, and gourds are all shapes and sizes, and I guess the best way to say it is that like you define yourself no matter what you are.
Right.
Your soul is defined by who you are as well. Like you don't let anyone else define your soul. And the fact that there are so many different kind of gourds out there, different shapes, long necks, long bodies, big bodies, whatever, like different shapes, they all have their flaws, and that's the thing. Everyone has their flaws, and the fact that flaws don't make you bad. Isn't a bad thing. Flaws are what actually make you your perfect self. Because in your own right, you're all perfect. Because whether you're gay, bi, straight, lesbian, trans, any aspect of the meaning of the LGBTQA plus community, it's what matters there. If you don't bring
Born
that,
This Way by Lady Gaga starts.
Born This Way. I was born this way.
I mean, technically, it's how. I mean,
exactly.
She is mother.
Exactly.
She is
mother.
She had a point. She had a point.
She did. Yes. Yes.
She
definitely.
did in fact
Gaga,
have a point.
Exactly.
If this ever reaches Gaga's ears, mother, you had a point.
You had a point. Yeah.
Yes.
But that's what the community means, because it's like if you don't share that like aspect, bye. Like the whole thing about us is that what I built to be who we are, who we here is. You're all unique. You're all different, no matter who you are.
Right.
You could be
Right.
anything.
We celebrate each other.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And the fact is that, like, come to the pumpkin patch and rest. You'll always be welcome here. Like, it's always a thing. So all these years, it's evolved lightly throughout the years, of course, because I mean, you try and evolve as a streamer over years. Like, you don't always say the same, but it's never in a negative way. It's always just because you want to, like, improve yourself and you re-identify yourself in that streaming platform, the streaming sense. And myself, I mean, I see myself as bisexual, but I'm not like the generic, I guess, bisexual. But like, I live life, I enjoy it, and I look at men, I'm like, damn, that guy's attractive. I'm like, I don't ever go against anything wrong. I'm not like, oh my god, ugh.
Hot people are hot. End of story.
Exactly. Exactly.
You bring your own like, I guess, your own style, your own flair into it.
But that's the thing about anything in the LGBTQA community. Like, it's you. It doesn't matter which way you go in that sense. You identify your own self. Right.
It's your own journey of self-discovery.
Or as they say, it's your own flavor, honey.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's your own flavor, honey, so own it.
Yeah, like,
exactly.
No one can tell you how to be bi. No one can tell you how to be gay. No one can tell you how to be lesbian. No one tells you to be any other way. No one can tell you how to be trans or any other sense. Only you can define that to yourself. So be that yourself. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Because if you try to let anyone tell you otherwise, then what's the fucking point? What's the fucking point of being yourself and being that? Because if it identifies to you, own it. Own it.
Yeah, it's a point, like it all boils back to, like, it's your own self-discovery. If you let other people try to figure it out for you, then what's the point? Like, there's no point of you trying to have other people figure yourself out when you can't do it yourself. Like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't work.
100%. Yeah. So that's what, like, I'm very, like, strong on that, because people are like, they're like, have you ever dated a guy? I'm like, no, don't think I will, but that doesn't stop other things.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
that don't stop me from going, oh damn.
Oh damn, doing that whole the girlfriend to the side, us both looking and going, damn, or whoever the partner is, damn, that person that person be attractive.
Well, damn.
Exactly.
Right.
Damn,
it never stops you.
Hey boy, he's there.
But yeah, it never stops you.
It doesn't. It shouldn't.
And it shouldn't. Like I said, it's everyone's own journey, in the sense that, I guess, it's everyone's own Odyssey story. Like, you have to go on your own adventure. You have to discover who you are, and if you don't like the outcome, you can always you always have an opportunity to go back. Next chapter. Yeah.
Like, that chapter did not end the way you wanted to be. You end that chapter the way you need to be, and you keep moving on. Next chapter is the next chapter. Like, you don't have to take a step back, because the thing is, you took that step, so you have to keep going forward. You can't go back. I mean, you can't be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not
we
getting
have
like...
an entire we have an entire Natasha Bedingfield song.
Not that. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That song is beautiful, but don't get me wrong. After hearing it 50 times, you're just like, we get it.
Yeah.
Stop.
We get it, girl.
All we need is that chorus once, and it gets the point across.
Yep. We
and now it's stuck in my head. God damn.
You did that to yourself.
I did do it to myself.
But I mean,
and now I'm inflicting it upon both of you and everyone else who listens to this podcast later.
But you know how we get it out of your head? You know how I'll start a tick. I'll start a tick. Exactly. I had to say it. Mairon knew exactly what it was without me saying a single word. There it is. Me and Mairon send back and forth. How many Poisson Steves?
I think there's been at least 20 at this point.
At least 20.
At least.
So,
because, and I think the latest one that you sent was that I saw was the dude in the fucking stream.
Yes, probably, yeah. But I already there's another one I sent not long ago too. Before that, I think It was
with the rug.
The rug. And I'm like, I don't care what I have to do, but this is your birthday present this year. I'm going to get it to you somehow. There is a Poisson Steve rug. And I'm like, this is going to be...
I already... Actually, I don't know if I ever showed you this, Khrono. I know, unfortunately, everyone else on the podcast is going to be able to see. But I have a jack-o'-lantern doormat.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh. Hey, reactions are just as good as a visual.
As just we're just waiting on Mairon.
Look at Gabe looking fabulous. He's all like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just stretching. You know, like I said, post stream, you got to stretch. Like sitting for at least like 4 hours, fighting Marvel rivals, screaming off the top of your head because some teammates are not doing their jobs correctly.
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Hit it.
Oh,
ooh,
that is freaking phenomenal.
I love the art style. It gives me like complete old school, which I like.
It is. No, I love that.
I like
it is old school. I'm pretty sure it's from the 90s.
I love it. I love it so much.
And that's why we love it.
Exactly.
Yeah, this was in the Halloween bin that was in the basement at my mom's house.
I would pin that up on the wall.
That's new and not wall decoration.
Most of the stuff that was in that bin, this does not go out in the hallway. This is the secondary mat that's inside the door.
Oh yeah.
So
that'd be taken so fast if it was outside.
Outside is also carpeted. So anything that would potentially wind up on here that isn't cat litter, most of it ends up on the carpet outside of the hallway.
Yeah, again, I would pin that on the wall instead because that looks really cool.
Oh yeah, same, 100%.
That's fair.
So, Khrono, second part.
You have any more questions?
What about what about your cons? What are the cons that you faced? The con, we were talking about the pros. What about your cons? What about the negative stuff that you faced?
As a streamer, I don't think I've really ever had any like negativity in the sense of streaming, because like when I was already streaming for multiple years before I officially came out. Like I've came out, but like it was silent for a while. Like it's not really something I talked about, but I've always promoted. Like I wasn't like about myself, but I always promoted. Right. This is a safe area. This is a community, LGBTQ community. But like I didn't really ever talk about it. Like it wasn't really something that needed to be talked about, because it's like you can also can identify as something without actually always like promoting. Not because you have to or need to. It's just it was me. Like I didn't think I had to like talk about it every single time or like mention, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. It just it felt right talking about it the first time, and then just kind of let it flow. But the crazy thing is Stream knew about it before everyone else in my actual life knew about it. Like so like anyone on Twitch knew about that came out, because I was super drunk and I came out on stream. I remember that. I got super blacked out. My friend is like one of my coworkers, and was still my friend, because I think like even after work, I feel like we'd stay friends after all this. But I remember being super drunk, and I came out on stream, and I'm like plastered, and I'm like calling him like, "Dude, come play games with me." So like.
And you're just fucking wasted.
Yeah, he was ignoring me because it was like maybe 2 o'clock, maybe almost 3 o'clock in the morning at that point. So he was just like, Jesus, I'm going Christ. To. But like me being plastered, my brain isn't thinking that. You know, like it's thinking, I want company to play games. I don't care about anything else. Like I didn't care. It wasn't like a matter of like me being into them or anything. It was just a matter of being like, I am plastered and I need attention. So that's what happened there. And then over the course of multiple years, I kept quiet about it. Not because I had to. I just didn't feel... I didn't feel the need to, like, plaster it on the walls. Because it's like, I was here to make other people happy. It wasn't about me at that point. It's about... My streaming was to make people smile, make people laugh. And that was my biggest thing that made me happy as a streamer. And any other platform. Like, if I know... I keep doing this because I get messages from people every year. Every time I do a good stream or a birthday stream, I get birthday messages from people that have been watching my stream for 5, 6, 7 years, and they're like, "Khrono, like, thank you for being such an inspiration and just an awesome person for all the years I've been here. I've just watching you grow, like with me and aging as I'm aging up, like because some of these people are like 15 younger, and they're like." Still watching 7 years later, and they're 20 something now, and they're like, I watched you
I've been watching you for years, and seeing you go from this to this is phenomenal. Like, and
Right.
you make me smile every single day, and or every time I watch your stream, I come in being like, yeah, Khrono, and so that's what I look forward to when I stream. I'm not like, and to knowing that people can still come into a safe place is the biggest thing for me. So I mean, like, yes, I don't think I've ever really had any cons, honestly. Like, I can't really look back and be like, I had this one guy call me a gay person. He said I was so mean to me. He said, call me the F word. No, I don't think I've ever had that kind of negativity in any sense.
Or maybe have we, like, I don't know if anyone's ever experienced in another community, like, you know, not just ours, but those, you know, that are not part of it, a part of the LGBTQ community.
What do you mean?
Have you ever have you ever had like, you know, like a bad experience, like, you know, like you coming out to a friend, but being around people that, you know, don't really accept it, you know?
Luckily, I didn't really have anything like that, because in a way, my family's all gay at this point, so like there's some form of something there, and like everyone I've ever like been friends with are in the LGBTQ community, so it's like them knowing, like that's the reason my friend knowing, like already knew, like that was one of my best friends growing up, like in high school, like went from high school all the way to eventually becoming going to my job, working streaming, like it just they were there, so it's just like they knew right away, and then the people I surrounded myself with was pretty much people in that area that were already in that community without even trying. But like, of course, I was still in the closet around all those people then. But like, I supported it and was always supportive of them. But so yeah, I don't think personally myself I've ever had any negative reactions about it. Like, I can't really say.
I know in my own, like I'll say this, like, you know, being of Latin descent.
You're Latin?
Being, I mean, being, you know, me being of well, Chicano. A lot of people call it both.
Sorry, just
I mean, a lot.
I'm getting those laughs out. I'm getting the laughs out.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, no, I know with me, like, you know, being of Latin descent and having parents that are very rooted into their, you know, the old ways. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Being very, you know, they want, like, a lot of it comes from a pride and masculine type of mindset, which in itself can be very toxic. So the toxic masculinity mindset, it can be very toxic. Sometimes it can be helping, but it's very rare. I will say that.
Definitely, yeah.
Because, you know, for one, for those of you that are hearing this and know that and know about it, is basically, like I said, like for us who are Latin X or Latin descent, whatever, however you want to put it, it's mostly frowned upon. It's shunned. It's not accepted. It's hard. It has it also kind of like sometimes you have to put yourself in the closet again out of, you know, out of a social standard, a social norm, because it's not seen so accepted. Like being a male, you're expected to be, you know, you're expected not to show emotion, you're expected not to, like at a certain age you're expected to be married, to have a child, and peer pressured into a lot of things. Like, it's funny because I was talking with my with my godmother about this too. We just recently visited her, and I haven't seen her for a while, but we were talking about that. It was just like, you know, like at a certain age, everyone, like back in the day, was they wanted boys, right? They were like, we want a boy, we want a boy. A girl was mostly frowned upon. Because what? Because they never had like that point of like the guy was always the one that's supposed to carry on the family name. And if you didn't have that, you were mostly looked down on. You were thinking my family name dies here, or however the mindset was. When you're a certain age, they're like, oh well, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna have a family? When are you gonna have kids? And it was not much of take the other person in consideration. It's you do it my way or there's no way. You're accepted in it. You want to be accepted. You are to do what the what the society or what the culture expects of you, and if you're not, then you're looked down on. Like, even again, guys, like for instance, like piercings back in the day was a feminine thing. um all of that was, if a guy did it, it was wrong. You weren't supposed to do it, or it was automatically, you I don't want, like, they think they think of you of being more feminine than masculine. Like, you're not supposed to show an emotion. um you're supposed to, like, hold it in, you're supposed to bottle it up and never show it, or else you're not manly enough. Which is, that's, I mean, personally, I think that's like a huge, like, in Latin culture, it's a really huge opposition that I see a lot. And and now that you finally can express it, there's still people that still think that way. People do get shunned and kicked out or X thing. Like, I heard recently, like, people that have that mindset and find out their child or someone in their family comes out to be in the LGBTQ community, they're basically non-existent. And which is, it's depressing, and it's sad in itself. It angers, because there's like, would you want, like, I had this conversation too with my mother one day. I'm just like, Mom, would you want me to be happy, or would you want me to be miserable? As a mom, or as a parent, you want your child to be happy. But the moment they come out and tell you the contrary of what they are,
it changes
you're
everything.
just like, it changes everything. It takes time. Of course, it's going to take time to accept it, but it's hard because you want your child's best interest in mind. But if their best interest doesn't line up to what your interest is, that's a clash.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's why a lot, also a lot of LGBT youth, or even adults, they'll hide it, because out of fear, out of a mindset or a cultural standard, or however was drilled into you, and you're stuck there, and you want to break free, but if you do, it's the backlash that what scares you.
Or as some Hispanic cultures, the chancla.
I mean, yeah, it'd be a chancla, but sometimes worse.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I've seen friends who were shunned. I've like, a really good movie that I've seen that revolves around it is La Mission, which is a Benjamin Bratt movie. If you ever get a chance, look up La Mission. Basically what that movie is, it's based off, like, um this character named Jesse, he's a senior in high school. He has to hide the fact that he's gay from his dad. His dad finds out, and kicks him out of the house immediately. Tells him, "You're dead to me. You're this. You're that." Um, his the I won't spoil much of the movie, but there is a moment
Let's
in
just
time.
say you should watch it, because if we give too much details,
watch it. I would say watch it, because it shows you a lot of the machismo mindset, which is really cool, because one, it's also based in San Francisco. But basically, in the end, when I guess he goes off to college, and the dad wants to reconcile, but he's already gone. He's gone off to school. He's doing his own thing. He was shunned. He lives with his parent. He lives with his aunt. Yet there's one line that I love from that, is that it's in Spanish, but it goes, "La espina de dolor nace la flor," which is basically, from the thorn of pain, the flower is born. So it could be the hardest thing that you go through, but maybe in time it'll bloom into something more beautiful. It might bring you close together. Like, you guys might see eye to eye, might be able to eventually open up and accept each other, but it's gonna take a lot of time.
100%.
So
I think that's what I think it's probably like wrong, indirectly wrong to say it like this, but it's like everyone like it's kind of cool to see everyone's upcomings, and either it can be negative or something, because like inevitably at this more or less a lot of people nowadays are their happiest now in the LGBTQ.
Yeah,
there are still people who deal with a lot of bullshit. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, everyone's happy. There's not. Right. There's a lot of people still doing a lot of BS's in life right now, but like having your story is what defines you, and and whether it was a hard one. I mean, a lot of people go through a lot of harder stuff. There's people that will always have a harder story than yours, or hard even some people who will have the easiest life. Like me, like as I was saying, for me, like I didn't have any of that issue. Like my family was very supportive, and even through my siblings, my parents, like they're always supportive in that sense, because my mom was in theater, so like of course the theater gays, and all that stuff. Yeah. My dad was just supportive in general. My siblings were all sort of gay, so I mean like down here and down the line, like so it's just like, and then even just family down that way. Even my grandma and grandpa from both sides were all supportive, so it's just like I didn't have that issue. Like of like getting anything like that, even though all the other people I surrounded myself with got that. But then there's you, Gabe. You had like your parents being.
It's a harder story.
Yeah, harder story. And then Mairon, I mean, I don't know how I could.
My parents. Haven't told my mother that I'm trans, because I know already what the responses are going to be from both my mom and my dad the second that I mention
I already know
that I'm a trans
indirectly guy. Because like I feel like you like the way you explained your mother. That's not my place to say, but the way you explained your mother to me, I can already hear it in my head like what the words would be. But it's just like how I've heard it from you is it's like I can already like it's just like image like I don't know how to explain it like face wise, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
In the case of my mother, her response would immediately be, "Oh, you're just doing that because everyone else is doing it.
Take the stress."
Yeah, it's like saying.
And my dad is very much right-wing conservative. Oof.
Yeah. See, it's like I said, like nowadays it's and Khrono, you're right. Like we're ours, all of our different stories are different, but yet in a sense, one can learn from another.
Yes, but the thing is, when it comes to whoever's is harder, never compare, because the whole thing about if you always just want to be there and support, because it's like it's not about whose is worse or whose is better, or who's less to deal with, and who has more supportive growing up, or who doesn't. It's the matter is you're there for each other, because that's what the community is about. The community is about being not about being who's better or who has the most hardest upcoming or anything like that. It's a matter of that I am me and you are you, and we are all together. That is a Beatles line.
I mean,
you are me, and we are all together.
Yes, worded differently there, but I worded it, but exactly that. It's just like we, as a community, the LGBTQ, QA, whatever. I never say it correctly. I always like butcher it every single time. But you guys get the point. We're all together. We are here, and we are alive, and we are supporting each other. We are part of a community to help just support each other, because that's what we are. We are here to be there for you and be understanding.
Yeah, in a sense, we're all like, I don't want to say we're all cut from the same cloth, because that's not how that goes. But we are all part of it. We all are under, I guess I want to say one roof, but no, that doesn't work either.
We're all gourds grown from the same vine. We're all humans, and that's what matters. It doesn't matter what shape or what flaws you have. It's what makes you is what defines you. Like, so like
it's a lot of the times, like also that it's like I'll take my relationship for instance, like mine, all he wanted was just someone to hear him out. That's all it was. It's how we ask each other questions all the time, just cute little questions.
Yeah.
And there was one that I asked him, which was like, what's the one thing that that you love about me? He's just like, the fact that you're always there to hear me out. You're not there to judge me. You're not there to tell me I'm right and wrong. You just hear me out. And I think about it like how that comes into play, because a lot of people of the LGBT community, they just want to be heard. They want to feel safe. They want to have someone that they can come to and lean on. And us, being of the community, being a streamer as well, how that both of them tie together. It's, we're there to hear you out. We're there to be that supporting shoulder if you need it. But if you need, professional insight to it, we can always help direct you towards that person or towards that area.
Or even
But it's just
another
yeah.
out space you can go is actually something I can actually talk about right now. A charity stream I just did not long ago with the Trevor Project. So definitely, if you guys are someone who definitely needs help, go look them up. They are a nonprofit organization that actually is there for you 24 hours a day. They will help you just to prevent anything. Like if you need someone just to talk to, I'm pretty sure they're there for you to help. If you're not feeling the right space, they're there to talk to. We are always here as people to talk to. I mean, we're here for each other. Like, and we can talk to if something's going down or something like that. But we're friends, so like we can do that. But there's always people who don't know how to do that. Don't have the friends to talk to. So always be
that, or like there's always means to reach out. Like the Trevor Project. I'm doing a charity right now with a couple of different streamers for the crisis text line. We're doing the same thing. They're also, they're also nonprofit that that will hear you out. They're non-judgmental. They don't worry about your sex, your political standing, nothing. It's just they're there, to be able to offer their support, to hear you out when you're like where you feel where all hope is lost.
Also, for anyone listening in, this is not us trying to just promote any other nonprofit organizations. This is us just being honest in the community, and we kind of led to that point. So we just wanted to make sure that we actually stated the points that, like, yes, you can talk to us, and there's also friends you can talk to, but the idea is that sometimes you're not always someone to talk to, and I think that's the easiest way to say it. Like, there's always nonprofit organizations. There's always people you can talk to. There's always friends. If you have friends you can talk to them. If you don't have those friends, find these places. So it's like you're not alone either way, though. So I mean, like, don't hesitate. Just be part of something that is bigger.
Yeah, don't feel that in the end, all hope is lost. Though at times it does feel like that, where you're just like, even though there's no means, there are is just, I guess, in a way, you just have to, I don't want to say come to terms, because I know it sounds really bad, but you just have to, I guess, in a sense, be like, all right, I need to talk. I need to let it all out. What's it called? You have to unbottle. You can't bottle it up. You have to let it go. Let it out. Don't bottle it up. It's not worth it. It's not. Even though I know the trauma and stuff like that, well, just getting a little more different, but even though trauma and stuff is still there, I know it's gonna get a little dark, but even though trauma is still there, but it's best to let it out and just take a step back and be like, hey, you know what? I grew from this. The scars are there, but the scars made me who I am today.
Exactly.
So
that's what I'm saying. Flaws don't define your imperfection. It defines your perfection.
Exactly.
So, like, be yourself, be happy, be glad, be gay. As they actually say, the correct term for gay is happy. So, be happy. For anyone listening, still. I'm Khrono. That's Gabe. And Mairon.
Anything you want to put to it? Sorry, I was like...
Gabe's being queen and talking...
I'm sorry. It's just like it's things like
he's
that.
He's having his queen bee moment.
No, good. No, it's perfect.
It's just the fact is that. Sorry, Mairon, I'm about to say this again. But the fact is that it's just that, like, it's like the more you kind of mature, you kind of start seeing things that were like, this is not how this should go. Like, I know how everything in the world is right now, and how a lot of people are just like, they see no hope. They're just like, this is it. We're done for. No, there is hope.
There's
You
still
just have
plenty of
to.
butts to touch in the ocean.
There's so many things. There's so many resources out there where you don't have to feel you are alone. Like, we all are going through the same situations.
One of the
in a
resources,
sense.
Twitch, because they actually on Pride Month, back to a lot of things at Twitch and how we become streamers and content creators. Twitch directly is a platform that we do in Pride Month all month long of June to make sure that you never feel alone in like LGBTQ community. Find a community that suits yourself when it comes to anything. Also, one we missed earlier, but Gabe always
likes to show off the drag queens. The drag queens, and they work it.
The queens, okay, I'll say this. The queens, they do work it. The queens are queens, okay? They are queens for a reason.
Exactly.
Because they know. Like, props to my drag queens. I'll give them that. Like, I'll automatically give them all the props. Because, personally, if you ever thought about doing drag, you know how much it is just to set yourself up.
Exactly.
Just to look that good every single day, or every gig, every performance. It takes time. It is an art style. It is not
it takes a lot to look
Halloween,
like Gabe. Like Gabe is fabulous every single day. Like, how can we keep up with Gabe? Like, oh my god. Like,
the only
God, guys, how do we keep up with Gabe?
Speaking as a makeup artist,
to me, okay,
the amount amount of work.
Yes.
That goes into
that
a look
is
like that.
Yeah, that is a solid, at minimum, hour and a half of makeup. On most people, it's actually more akin to being 2 hours, and that's before you're even getting into like fixing the hair. That's just the face.
Right. To fix the mug is like, it takes a long while. I have sat during streams where I see the transformation of a drag queen. It is one beautiful. So I'm just like, for one, it's the makeup, the way that kind of starts forming. Like, me personally, I would be like, hey, I want to do that, but throwing on a wig, throwing on like just a Halloween
the fake tatas
wig like that, like throwing that all on, it takes so much.
Yes, it's not just as simple as 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Don't buy cheap wigs neither, because I do cosplay stuff.
Yeah, it's not easy. Like, going into like complete cosplay, like these like over the top cosplays, or like these, like, again with drag queens, the over the top look, like, it takes so much time.
Yes.
And it takes so much just to get into that it's like, I just look at them like, your look looks stunning. Because I'm just like, personally, I would love to do that, but I do not. Me personally, I do not have the courage to do it.
You know what we gotta do?
I want to.
What we gotta do now is figure out a way to get makeup to TwitchCon.
Okay, so
we do a day before.
Is that we do another charity stream.
But we gotta do the charity stream, but we also gotta get Mairon to do Gabe's makeup.
Oh jeez. I'd be down.
Girl,
for
you
that
know
one
I'ma
day,
have you snatched up.
The closest thing to makeup that I've done scar makeup for the first time, which was very hard in its own. Tutorials trying to do it on my own. Like, it was just like the moment you had to blend all these like different like makeups, like different colors and whatnot together.
Yeah,
I was like, I can't do this. Like the fear that I had at first to work with.
I love the look on Mairon's face, because it's going gremlin mode. Face. Mairon's already thinking. Mairon's already thinking about every little thing they can do.
You mentioned scar makeup. Okay, I literally.
There are pictures.
I am a makeup artist,
and it's not just a makeup artist. There's more to that.
I don't know if I ever posted it, but there's like on my Instagram there was. I don't think I did post it.
I think you did, because I feel like I saw it. Like, I've seen a lot of your photos.
I posted it, but it was a story.
You know, when you become friends with people and you like get their Instagram, you finally stalk them. Like, that's. I feel like I've seen it.
I posted it in a story, but I never actually posted the pictures.
Girl.
But there was a time that I did it, and it was like I was trying to do the makeup inspired by the Spider-Man No Way Home battle scar makeup. So like the bleeding on the lips, the bruising of the face, like all that, like yeah, it's like all that goes into it. And I'm just like, wow. Like I see different, like I said, different drag queens, how they get into drag. It's just like, okay, I'd probably like panic after like just the one time I put something on and it's not right. I'm like, okay, I quit.
You quit. It's okay.
Like I straight up quit. But no, these queens know how to know what the art is, and I freaking love that. So, props to my drag queens out there.
Yes.
You guys, you queens.
I do have another question for the podcast. Going back to the LGBTQ and
sorry.
No, you're great. Seeing your energy and enthusiasm like wants me to ask this question because it's like,
yeah,
as
what
an LGBTQ plus member, as a streamer, what can viewers expect when they come to your channel? Both of you. I need to hear both. I need to hear, because I mean, I know Mairon isn't directly fully like showing camera or anything like that, and still beginning a baby streamer. But what can they expect in the future when you start getting more out there and getting like whether Gabe? I know Gabe already kind of answer this, but when they come now, Mairon, what do you want to bring and or can bring to the table as a LGBTQ streamer? And then Gabe, what can you bring? What do you bring currently, and what would you like to bring to the table as well as a LGBTQ plus community member of the content creator? He's the best way to say it that way.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Like I want those. Like, I want that to permeate into your head a little bit and make it like I want you to think about it. I don't want you to just throw it out there. I want you to think about what this answer means to you, and not just as simple as, yes, honey. Like it has to be. I want it to permeate and actually get to your skull and be like, oh shit, like this is really what I want to. This is what I am.
You're asking it to percolate, but currently my brain is a spaghetti strainer, not cheesecloth.
Hey, it's okay. if it comes out spaghetti, then it comes up spaghetti. If it doesn't come out cheese, that's okay too. It's supposed to be cheese in the end, long. Cheese. But yes, I want to hear. I gave you both incentives, and I want you guys answer the best you can. If Mairon, if you want to go first or second, if you can comes to bring something now, I want Mairon to go first. Or if they need to percolate, then we get Gabe go.
As to, in the vein of what people will be getting right now is a feral ass, unhinged gremlin.
If you guys have come to my stream, you guys know exactly what that is.
Who cackles madly every time he manages to get a mount off on a monster, or sits here salivating over Gale Decarius. Jesus Christ.
Gale Decarius. He is a man, though. I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
Look.
Giggity.
He is husband shaped.
Sorry, I have to throw that in.
The man is husband shaped, okay? I do not make the rules here.
You don't. But anything else?
I just live here.
You just live here?
I just live here, man.
That's what Mairon brings.
You just work here.
Well, as you say, Mairon is still baby.
Yeah, I bring a certain. I have no control over upper management shit. I just work here.
Exactly.
But with a side dose of violating the Geneva Conventions in video games.
Oh.
Again, in video games.
Yes.
I call Hyrule Warriors my legal mass murder game. Because it is kind of what it is.
We gotta get you a capture card so you can actually stream those Nintendo games.
Yep.
Yeah. I might have to restart Tears of the Kingdom.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Only thing
I
is,
still haven't even finished it the first time.
Neither have I.
Only thing is just the shrines. That's the only thing, and I'm just like, I don't want to. But anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm on. I'm literally
I'm dreading restarting it
on that front.
The collecting. The collecting.
All of the shrines.
Oh, the collecting. PTSD. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways. As to what I'm hoping to bring, I want to be able to build a community, build a space where it's not necessarily one of the best terms that I heard recently was the term safe space does not actually mean safe space. Brave space is a better term for it.
I like that term.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because safe spaces oftentimes end up turning into these convoluted, nightmarish echo chambers. And in building a community, I don't want that to be the outcome.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to build some weird convoluted echo chamber where I have to basically look people dead in the camera, drag my microphone right up to my face and be like, for the love of God, you guys go touch some fucking grass. You know, I don't want to have to fucking do that. And, you know, I would like to build up a community where people feel like, number one, that they can be themselves, that they can be their authentic selves, regardless of whether they're LGBT or not, neurodivergent, because my ADHD ass over here. And like, you know, basically I want to build a community where I can be myself in a world where outside of this door to this apartment, in most of my day-to-day life, I cannot actually be myself because trans men working under the current government administration as a fucking contractor. I cannot be myself at work.
Yeah.
Because of that. And outside of that door, to basically everyone except for, you know, the people who do already know. I'm just that weird, quirky girl who keeps her hair short and looks like Dean Winchester.
Right.
And it's just like, I want to build a space where I don't have to hide myself in that box, that I can just, me and people in my community, feel that they can also just themselves.
Exactly. That makes a lot of sense, yeah. Where your community can also pick on you too.
Yes, I mean, I lovingly bully you all the damn time because you're 90%. One of my best friends.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like the best thing.
Are you even in the besties category if you're not lovingly bullying each other?
That's true. That's very true. That's how it works.
Basically, yeah.
If you're not, if you don't bully each other, then I mean, are you best friends?
Hey, that's how me and Khrono are friends now.
It's so fun thing for the podcast. Loophole, all right. Loophole. The funny thing about so quick before we go Loophole, for Gabe, it started out of nowhere, and I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, and then Gabe willingly just was like, okay, and then I'll start right now. So I'll be like, hey Gabe, you little bitch, and then he'll be like,
I'll be like,
Khrono, you big bitch.
Well, I'm like, look at here, you big bitch.
So it goes back and forth between little bitch and big bitch, but it's just hilarious. So I'll jump in the chat and be like, get good, little bitch. So if you see me ever in Gabe's chat saying like little bitch, it's out of love. Like, it's just funny because it's like, but Gabe will always respond with, yeah, big bitch.
Yeah, it's always like the little inside jokes for each other that we always had.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And for Loophole, the funny thing about Loophole is we pick on each other, but the thing about Loophole is I've actually known Loophole since high school, so I've had at least like 13 years of just friendship there. We didn't talk for years because it's like life just kind of separated us, but then it kind of just re-hit again when I figured out, oh, he's a streamer. Mm-hmm. He streams too. Shit. And then I had him in the community, and he's part of every community, which is amazing because it's like people I knew in high school are now connected to the people I met on Twitch, and it's amazing because it's like I don't have to separate the two. I can keep the two connected because it's like, even though I met him in high school and still friends with him now, he's all connected. Like for the community I have now, like he's met everyone here so far, and he's enjoying every moment. Like I don't think I've had any complaints from him. It's always just like, I'm gonna get you, Khrono. But it's like it's all like we talk separately, and it's always just us being chill as fuck. Like it's just in that moment we're always back and forth.
It's where like the two worlds collide, or you're just like, whoa, hold the fuck up. You're like you have to step back. You're like, wait, did this just happen?
Exactly. But it feels amazing though. Like when you have two worlds collide as a content creator, any format like Twitch and or live, like you look back and the fact that you can connect the two things is amazing. Like the fun thing is here, back to another little fun worlds collide. I have a friend from high school too. Her name is Kinokashi. I'm not gonna say her real name to dox her, but her name on like platforms is Kinokashi. She's an artist, a hell of an artist. We got Mairon here, we got Mino and Mr. Pip. You know they all love and collaboratively love Monster Hunter. My friend is a Monster Hunter artist and is actually a Capcom creator alongside with that. So that's like those worlds collide because it's like I saw her at last TwitchCon and it was just like it wasn't just like a who are you again? It's like we see each other randomly over time because she'll like come to my work, my full-time job, and every so often I'll see her on Twitch. So it's just like crazy to have those worlds collide too. So it's like, whoa, like I've known you since high school and we're still like kind of like as if like we saw each other, like we haven't seen each other for years, which is true, but still just like a phenomenal expect because it's like I haven't really been able to get the two together yet because I was supposed to try to get Mr. Pip and her to do an interview together because Pip wanted to interview and talk and stuff, but time just kind of flew by and never ended up happening, which is my bad. But it's just crazy still to go and go, wow.
Yeah, it's just it's where like it's really like, oh my god, like this is actually like this is a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah. So I guess it's my turn.
Your turn, yeah. Yeah, what do you bring to the table, Gabe?
What do I bring to the table? That is a very, to be honest, that's a very hard question because I ask myself that every single day because I battle with self-doubt a lot. Yeah,
get good, like, you little bitch.
It's like the meme right now. The story you're about to tell has been told a lot, and now we're gonna tell it. Now it's gonna be the same story, but different.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's literally how I am the majority of the time. I'm just like, I know probably a lot of people have this too, but I battle with a lot of self-doubt from time to time. Because why? Because you kind of, when you start exposing yourself to these other communities, you kind of just like you start to overthink. You start to have that anxiety of how can I fit a mold, and you forget that
you don't need to.
You don't need to. You're you. The mold, the only mold you can fit is your own personal mold.
Exactly.
No one else. You can't fit no one else's mold. And if you try, you're going to eventually either burn yourself out, you're going to indirectly self-destruct, and you're going to destroy what everyone else sees of you.
Exactly.
You're going to destroy your personal image of the person that they saw from the very beginning. And that what, like, I've done that. I'll say that personally, and I will proudly say that I have done that to myself. I've tried to fit myself into someone else's image, into someone else's mold, and I've seen how badly that can turn. Because I went back, I've took multiple walks down memory lane. I've seen from the very first stream I did, the very first clips I've seen of myself to now, and I'm just like, where is he? Where is that Gabe that first started? What was the emotions I had first starting to now? They're still there, but I've warped them to the point where I'm just like, this is not me anymore. I can't do that anymore. Why is it that I can't do that? And then you see the outer picture, like, I warped myself into something I'm not. Why did I do that from the beginning? And I say this multiple times in different podcasts that I've been a part of, that you have to step back. You have to take a moment and step back and be like, where am I? What is it that got me here to this moment? What did I do that from the very beginning that fueled that, like, that first moment where you hit that live button? What started your journey to being a content creator, or what, what started your story? What was it? Was it bravery? Was it admiration? Was it a drive? Was it a dream? Was it, a hobby that started it? It also, you also could think about it like a relationship. Like, think about it like, how was it that you first felt? How was it when you got to know the person, or your first kiss, to now, like 5, 6, 7, 10 x years down the road?
Your first kiss,
like,
is
what
when
is
you
it
got
that was
affiliate.
lost?
When you first kiss, when you got affiliate. That's basically what you got to.
Yeah,
you got the first
sense,
base. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you got the first phase. Like, afterwards, you can think about it like that too. Like, you can think about it like however way you want to portray it. It's what brought you there. What was your first step into it?
Yeah. So what did?
Like,
what brought you here?
Me, okay. So if we're gonna tell our upbringing, our Twitch stories,
our Twitch origin stories,
Twitch story. What brought you here, and what do you bring to the table? Let's hear it.
So what brought me?
I need more water.
To the
Slay
table
Queen, slay.
So what brought me to the
Yes,
table?
Queen. Just trying to. We gotta lift you up. That's the whole thing. We gotta lift you up.
I mean, yeah, of course, that too. But I mean, what brought me to start on Twitch was that, for one, it was
Kitty.
if I remember right, was me watching. This is gonna be really this. I know these streamers are very. This one person is very controversial. I know, but this is like 7 years.
Just get on with it.
All right.
It's okay. It's okay.
So 7 years. So 7 years down the line.
Yeah.
Back when Gabe was still young. I used to watch a lot.
Baby.
Because of an ex at the time. I used to watch a lot of PewDiePie.
Don't get me wrong. I was right there with you. Markiplier, PewDiePie, Game Grumps, all
those.
All the Minecraft YouTubers. Like, I was there. Like,
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, that was kind of like the jump for me as well. Like
sit on your head if you
what
don't move your ass.
what started me as wanting to be a content creator in general was actually the fact that I wanted to do music in high school, and eventually that kind of faded away. But grew these YouTubers, you know. I'm like, I want to be like them. So I started my YouTube journey there too. Like, I mean, I started YouTube and other stuff. So I know the feeling. I know you don't need to say it's cringe or whatever. I mean, everyone and their mom watched PewDiePie, so you cannot even say like, don't feel bad about it, because I mean, if you talk about it now, everyone's but it's like this is 7 years ago.
The big three at the time on YouTube at that point in time were Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, and Markiplier.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was the trifecta.
Fucking Mini Lad coming in as a runner-up.
Yeah.
Right. So it was the beginning. It was the trifecta of the beginning.
Groups, some good Mythical Morning, Game Grumps, Smosh. Like those were the grouping ones. But like,
God,
Smosh. Okay.
But
continue. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like no, you're fine. But yeah, no, it was just watching them, and I'm just like, that looks fun. I was like, I want to do that, and I was like, maybe one day I can get there, right? So of course, PlayStation at the time, Sony. I think it was on the PS3 or PS4. I think PS3. Yeah, I think PS3. PS3, I think was when they implemented that you can start like sharing streams. So or something like that. One of the two systems. You could start sharing on Twitch, and I started YouTube a little bit. So I started on YouTube. Was trying to get myself out there. Was trying to do it. I didn't know much about Discord, none of it. So all I had was the little headset mic that they give you to start out, the one with like the one-piece headphone. I had that.
I started that too.
I had that. A regular office chair. Not even like a gaming chair, just a regular old office chair. That and
that's what this chair is. It's just a regular ass office chair.
It was like one of those it was those which was just like not even the ones that lean back. It's just like one of those lounge chairs basically. Those old school lounge chairs, like those.
Yeah.
It was those and just a prayer. That's it. A prayer, a mic, and a dream. That's all it was.
Prayer, a mic, and a dream.
That's all was started out.
Is just.
Then as it slowly started, it started slowly evolving. I got the PS cam, an actual headset. Still I didn't even know how to use Discord.
Why was our like coming up stories as streamers like almost very similar? Like literally, I did that too. Got the camera, got the PlayStation 4 camera, started streaming that way.
See that? That's what I tell a lot of people. Like to begin with, like to become a streamer, you don't require the best freaking setup. You really don't. You start out with the bare minimum. Like everyone has started at that point. There are people who automatically hit live and bam, they're automatically a partner. Like the biggest top streamers or the biggest content creators you can think of, they all started at the bottom. They all started at the very beginning with just
one subscriber.
With one subscriber, a follower, and a dream. That's all we started out with.
Exactly.
It grew over time.
I mean,
like I said, some are fortunate to have that automatic jump to stardom.
I wouldn't say it's a jump to stardom, but there's a lot of people out there who actually started a lot earlier. So I guess it's not really can't really say the jump of stardom, because like half of those people who did have the jump to stardom have already fallen because they took it to the head too far. Instead of actually taking the growth they should have, they were able to they got the jump and faded fast because they took not advantage of it, but let it like get to them, and it didn't succeed.
Yeah, it didn't work. Mairon, what were you gonna say?
Well, what I was gonna say is like I don't remember offhand how long Mark was making videos for before he blew up, but it wasn't until his Five Nights at Freddy's stuff hit the scene that he really actually took off as a content creator.
That's the reason they call him the king of Five Nights at Freddy's, because it's like
and like Baby No Money was like FNAF cosplay with Markiplier, and then somebody people were asking in his fucking chat on a stream
he's just
about
like,
it, and he's like,
what? Who?
BB no dollar sign. Is that a cryptocurrency? And it's just like, oh no. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
like see, like as I say, like all the top content creators started down where we were, started
Yeah.
at a point where it was just a dream, a mic, and the live button. That's it.
Or the record button. Go live, go record.
Or the record, however, whichever button. Like I remember my setup, like when I eventually started, content creation. It was my MacBook, which I still have to this day. My MacBook.
Burn it. What?
I'm
just kidding.
No. My MacBook, another laptop, which I used as a secondary screen and for the sound for the chat bot, and then my big old monitor that I had, or my TV screen for the first time, that I had, and then eventually it started going up. It started upgrading and upgrading.
Yeah.
To the now that I have, to like my boom arm, the mic, the headset, the two other monitors, a capture card, ring lights, a Logitech mic. It all started upgrading. And the moment you hit affiliate, you're just like, oh my god, like, okay, now this is different. Now you're in a whole new different, like, now it's a whole new setting. Is
it really though?
For me,
I mean, it is for some people, yeah, but
like a lot of people, like, for me, for instance, like I'll take it in my, like, for me personally, when I reached affiliate, before I even thought about even reaching affiliate, I was looking at the requirements one. I'm like, I know I'm not gonna get there. What happened?
You got
there. A couple of days later, I got there. I started, meeting people, raids, posts, all that when it was still when it was a thing that went towards it, which I hope it's still a thing, but probably not with how Twitch has evolved over time. But how that got there, it's like, okay, people started telling me, start making it like, have you heard of Discord? Use Discord. And I'm like, this is a whole new ballpark I don't know about. I just know starting to hit the live button, speak, have fun, play the game. That's all I know. Eventually, you start meeting people along the way that help you get to that point to where you are now, where you're just like, you got to take a step back, where you start feeling that, where eventually it starts kind of, the hype is still there, but when you start to have self-doubt, when you start seeing other content creators and how their content is or how their community is,
yeah,
where it's like, I wish mine was like this, I wish mine was like that. But when you force it, it's when you start also, in a sense, you also kind of start having self-doubt in yourself, where you can also burn yourself out at the same time.
Exactly. The thing is, you want to create something for yourself, and especially as a content creator, you want something that people are going to come enjoy because of you, not because you copied from someone else. Like,
yeah.
So like,
if you copy from someone else, yes, it's, I mean, in a sense, it's also not, it's valid, but not so much valid. But it's where, you can take inspiration, but don't warp it into, like, don't make it exactly as that person.
Take inspiration, don't copy and paste. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. Take the inspiration. Take the example of, like, I'll say it, a lot of times in my streams, a lot of things are influenced from other people because I learned from them, and I took their lesson, I took how they did it, and and took inspiration from it. And it's, there's nothing wrong with it. Content, don't ever be that's also one thing with content, don't ever be afraid of taking inspiration from other people. That's the point of it. That's the point of content creation.
Also, don't be afraid to take a risk sometimes. Not like a bad risk, a good risk. Because especially as a content creator, and even just in the community, LGBTQ community, take that risk. Be yourself. Show off who you are and want to be, because honestly, that's what's going to bring the best people, especially in the LGBTQA community. Like, that was what brings people in this area. Being yourself is the biggest thing, because that's what people want to see. They want to have that connection with you, because it's like, sometimes it's all for them is an escape, but your escape might be their whole wherever your stream length is, that might be their escape for so many hours a day. They either have a job or don't have a job. Maybe they work from home, but they can mess around with like watch Twitch and on the side and or like they're going to school. Like, what if watching you is their escape? They're listened to, the podcast they listen to, the anything content you make. Right. What if that's the stuff? And what I'm getting understanding from Gabe is that like, be yourself. Like he did take a lot of inspiration from others, but at the same time, he molded it into who he is today, and that's what you got to do as a content creator, or even just a viewer. Like you join people for who they are, not because of what they are.
Yep, like I take that, like I said, like for me, for instance, like I'll say like something that my friend does in their stream. Like I'm just like, I know that for one, like if I'm just like, hey, that's something I did. I'm like, cool. They took it and made it their own, which is the way that for us as content creators, our legacy kind of keeps living on. You know, we start something and then someone else starts it, and it just keeps going. It doesn't die out. Exactly. Because for me personally, the way content creation will die is when no one else will build off of what the other person built. That's the way a lot of things will disappear.
Let's make sure if you do like kind of take something like inspiration and it's like almost 1-to-1 in a sense, make sure you give credit where it's due, because it's like, but be like, I worked it on I did rework it, but inspiration was taken from my profile picture, was taken from inspiration from this person, but now it's my own. Like I made it my own,
right?
Or it's an inspiration of this character, blah blah blah. Like,
right.
Make sure you give credit where it's due, because that's what that's how we also support each other, because it shows like, ooh, this person did this art. Let me go check that person out too. I like them as well. Boom, you know, like Gabe does his stuff, but gets art from another person. Now, if Gabe correctly promotes, boom, now that other person now gets recommendations, recognized as well as a content creator,
right?
Even in just any format, it doesn't matter what community you're in, they get recognition, because now Gabe, part of who he is also like a part of everyone else. So it's able to say, hey, boom,
right. It's like, you know, same thing as Khrono says, like, you know, like something Khrono does could inspire me to do the same thing, but in another sense.
Exactly.
And he'll know. It's also a matter of also not gatekeeping a lot of things. That's also another thing.
Yeah, Gabe, dyeing your hair pink like mine. How dare you?
Excuse me, I never dyed my hair.
I know you haven't. I know. I just had to say something stupid.
Naturally black.
It's fabulous.
So, I mean, it's a naturally black. But
I like Mairon's
hair. It's slowly turning salt and pepper. So I mean.
Yeah, I at this point, hold on. I'm not gonna be able to hear properly for a few seconds because I have to take my headphones off to show y'all. But like,
for anyone wondering, we're seeing Mairon show off the hairs.
There's so much gray in my hair.
But it works.
See the salt and pepper.
But it works.
It's all like, it's entirely natural. There is no dye in any way, shape, or form in my hair at this point.
Yeah. Right.
No hair dye, but no henna.
I also love how your hair just like shapes. Just shapes. I don't know if you put anything in it, but it shapes.
Itself.
It is very shaped.
Yeah. Like headset comes off, hair just stays. Me, like all throughout the whole day, like I have hair like this,
mine,
this, like, so it's like I had to go.
I also have a metric fuck ton of the fucking styling putty in this. I put way too much in there.
Oh,
so literally I do this and it just
stays.
Mine just naturally stays as it is, but I have a coconut head. Technically, I have a square head, but it's
coconut head.
I don't
Inspiration
know.
from coconut head.
It's
all good.
But yeah, it's just that. It's just, you know, I guess it all ties into what I bring to the table is, as an LGBTQIA streamer, is that it's hard to really say because all the ideas in my brain, everything that it's inspired by so many people that I've met.
And that's what it is.
On my content, on my road of content creation.
Yeah.
It's a matter, I guess, of admiration, in a sense, they taught me with everyone that I've met up till now too. So in the sense, I mean, in a way, you guys are also
everyone has shaped you become to who you are.
Yeah.
And that's what you bring to the table, because it's yeah, sorry, go for it.
You're fine. It's that your story is valid. Your story is understood. I am the type of person who is welcoming, who I don't mind hearing your story. I don't mind.
That's what you said the other day. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, but it's true though. I really don't mind. Like,
yeah,
if you want to sit down and just like hang out, I don't mind it. Like, it's the fact that at the end of the day,
storytellers. That's our life.
Yeah, it's the fact that one is that I feel privileged. I feel honored that you're able to share the story with me, even though how hard it is, and everyone's struggle is different. Everyone's story is totally different. Sometimes it's a little darker, sometimes a little happier, sometimes a little sadder. And there's some things you just want to keep to yourself, and you willingly to open up and talk to me about it, or talk to whoever. You don't know how much joy or how much of an impact that is. I mean, for me, like, I don't get a lot of people that will come up to me and tell me, but for me, I'm just like, you know what, if I can sit down and hear them out, or however, I feel honored. I feel privileged. I feel happy that I'm able to sit down and hear you out. I don't look for, like, I'm not a person that will look for what's it called, for a mantle. I'm not that type of person. I will not look to be a prideful one. I'm not one that wants a trophy. Like, any way, shape, or form that I can be there for you is all that matters to me. That I know that that I was part of it, that I was a part of your story, even if I was just like a background character or the main character, or whatever support part I am in your story.
Preach, honey, preach.
I'm just glad I was able to be a part of it.
Exactly.
And like, I know a lot of people will be like, like, oh, remember me when you get up there, when you're like up on the main stage, or when you're up there giving an award or whatever, like you're giving a speech, like don't forget about us. Like, no, like,
why would I forget about you? Like, I'm not going anywhere. We're still gonna be friends this whole time. You're gonna be right there, like at the front of the crowd, supporting me. Like, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, don't act like I'm just gonna disappear after become like a partner or big content creator. Like, we're gonna be. You're the reasons I'm here. So it's like, why are you gonna think I'm just gonna disappear after the fact I gain either some sort of fans? It's like fans, or even just community, because it's. The thing is, it shouldn't be fans. It should be people who support you in community. Yes, there are points to the point. Exactly. There are a point where, like, let's say, like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and PewDiePie, they have fans because they're at that point where they can't. There are so many millions of people. They can't. They can't cater to every single one, and it's impossible to. Like, you can't cater to that many people. So the best way to cater to them, I guess you can, in a way. That's how I'm gonna respond right now. Is the content they make? That's how they're catering. Right. Unfortunately, that's all they can do because there's so many of you. But let's say, like, for us, we're gonna have our community. We're gonna have a few hundred people. We're gonna meet people all around the world. If we ever get to that point, it doesn't matter.
But it's like the ones that matter, like the ones that when it reaches to that point, I'm just like, it's the people that were there from the beginning, the people that helped me get there. Like I always like right before or like right when I'm done with stream or right, when I'm feeling like I start like, I start having that battle of self-doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, and then you think about it, like you start kind of looking into yourself. You start looking, okay, these are the people I met, these are the people that helped me, these are the people that, in a way, some of them stopped content creating and have to focus on their own lives, which is totally valid as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to take a break, don't feel that if you stop, everything's going to end. Your community, your friends, the family you built for yourself, they will understand and they will welcome you back with open arms.
That's how you
It's
know you
those
created
that
a
don't,
friendship, it created a community,
yeah,
because no matter how long you're gone, you
they're
soon as
always they're always ready.
you come right back a month later, 2 months later, they're gonna be like, "We missed you. Where have you been? Like, where the
Right.
fuck have you?" So your best friends are gonna be like, "Where the fuck have you been, bitch?"
Right.
But most
There's
likely they're not
some,
gonna be
right.
like that, because the best friends, because you'd be talking to them pretty much through that whole time, more or less, just kind of
Yeah.
like on the sidelines, doing your own stuff with them, but also like taking a step away from the streaming side of things.
Yeah. There are instances too. I've seen streamers who well, I'll say this, I'll see content creators and I heard stories where they haven't seen the person for so long and they will break into tears seeing their name. Like it's like I've I've gotten to points where, in a sense that's kind of happened. Um, but seeing a friend who I've known for X amount of years, after I tell them, hey, like I'm streaming, they come in and they support you from the beginning. Like it's just like, oh my God, they disappear, they come back, and you're just like, you know, sometimes you have no means of contacting each other. And Twitch is usually the only outlet you can. And you see them and you're just like, oh my God, like, where have you been? Like it's not empty words.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can easily say I miss you. Or I can easily say I love you. But
Don't get so sappy on me, you bitch.
if there's nothing behind it, then what's the point?
I completely agree. Like,
So,
I know, like, just as a
yeah.
retrospect, because it's like connected to TwitchCon and other stuff, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
we can see each other on screen, we can talk to each other in chats, we can do all this stuff. But when you see each
Yeah.
other at TwitchCon, it's like, I missed you, bitch. Like, you haven't seen each other face to face in a year or more sometimes,
Yeah.
because like it's just like crazy. Then and it's like when you guys spend 3-4 full days seeing each other, pretty much like dawn to dusk, and then literally spend
Right.
only sleeping 5 hours doing the same thing, repeat, and seeing each other again. It is
Right.
crazy when you guys finally had to say goodbye. Like,
Yeah.
an example to that I'll bring up is Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Sarah? You guys all remember Sarah, how she was the last day.
Yeah.
She was like tears crying, everything. I was crying, like tearing up too. I'm like, oh my God, Sarah.
It's
an emotional
it
thing
was
when
the
you don't see
fact
each other.
that-
And it's the same, like similar aspect compared to like not seeing each other, like not streaming for so long
Yeah.
in a way. Because it's like,
it's the fact when it's like that, when it's like we see, like, you can see each other on cam like every single day and whatnot, but in person it's totally different. Like that's why, like, when you have like outlets like this, like TwitchCon and Twitch itself, like when you actually meet it,
yeah,
it's completely different. Like, yeah, like, the goodbye we all felt, personally, like, as a goodbye like that was totally different
from
from
previous years for you, I'm pretty sure.
it's from previous years. Like it's not like, one, it felt like, me personally, even though I actually never told y'all about this, but that moment where we actually like all, had like hugged each other,
Embraced.
like that giant group hug. I'm just like, these are the friends I've met. These are this is real. This is right. Like, this is where I belong. This is everything that I've worked on, that I've started from Twitch, that I start from taking that first step to jumping to content creation, to now it's just like it's validated.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. This is my community. These are my friends. This is it.
Before, I used to look forward to TwitchCon. I'll be like, oh, it's TwitchCon. Like, I want to go just because I want to go, because it's like a way for me to escape a little bit, like a week, a few days out of the year, you know. And then 2023 happened, where I was able to see Pip again, and then meet Mairon and Mino, and it changed everything for me. Like, I didn't want to go to TwitchCon anymore just to be TwitchCon. It was to see the people that I had one of the most amazing weekends I've ever had with people. Like meeting Mairon and meeting Mino. Like, even Mino, who's a little on the quiet side, is still a person full of words and full of emotion, full of everything. So it's like, even though Mino doesn't seem too much, like for some people, quiet, you know, reserved, he's very welcoming, and like just seeing Mino is very fun. Seeing Mairon, very fun. Seeing Pip, it's like, whoa. So when you see him, like seeing like going from one year to the next, it was us four Vegas, and then seeing each other all again on the year later. It's like the best thing. Like, it's like, this is what I live for. Like, and then
it feels right.
Yes, and then also like meeting Sarah 2 years before. The same year some shit happened, which I'm gonna throw some shade at. For how like the goodbye is for that. I'm pretty sure the goodbye from 2022 to 2024 was so much is a big a landslide.
It's a leap.
So throwing shade there, because that was a weird year, which we won't go into for podcast or stream standards. It's only a private matters. But
it was just a time.
It was a time. But
just it was a time, and that's
that.
We're gonna just leave
exactly.
It at that.
So it's just like so it's just crazy to go from one year to the next, literally having. I was just gonna start like go for me 2022. Wait, 2022. Yeah, 2022 being just one of those weird fuck all years, whatever. It was good for most of it, then some other stuff, and then it just boom, 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 and then 2023. One of the best years I've had. I was just like, this is amazing. Like, I want this to happen.
We had way too much fun in Area 15.
We did.
And then
2020.
Fast forward 2024.
2024. We got Gabe back involved, and Sarah. All of us together were just like boom, and it was just like the landslide of like epic proportions and just so much fun.
Right.
Like, I cannot go. Like, I don't want to go back, because it's like, when I say I don't want to go back, because that was then, and we're keep moving forward. But the fact is, it's like we created something that is now.
It was not just that, but it was also like the fact for me. It was like that. This also ties into to me what I bring, is that the day we went, like the day right after we had like that, where I wanted to have that pizza party for myself with y'all.
Yeah.
After that, the day we went to the bar was that same night. Actually, no, right after we went to the bar, and how I still forget his name, which I didn't get his name, but I got his Twitch name, but I just don't remember off the top of my head.
Look through your phone, you'll probably find it somewhere.
So probably the fact that you know, I was treated by someone who doesn't even know me at all, just a random person, mind you.
Yes.
A random person, food, of soda, and you know, just like
it's
everyone
amazing, right?
around me. It's to the point where this also something I didn't tell y'all, but I know some of y'all probably saw it. I did want to cry, or I did mention to y'all, I wanted to cry.
Bitch, we saw multiple times. You don't need to lie. We saw your ground multiple. Don't even try.
we clocked it. We clocked that.
That's the reason, but we throw a good vibe.
I was trying to hold it. I wanted to hold it back, but I was like, I couldn't hold it, because I'm just like, I've always, mind you, have dreamt of having something like that happen. A group of friends, like just me with a group of friends having fun, celebrating my day, just enjoying it, laughing, just like us being us. And I'm just like, I'm dreaming. I'm like thinking, I'm dreaming, right? This is not it. This isn't it. Like, I'm dreaming. I'm fucking dreaming. Wake me up. I'm wake me up, but don't wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
But yeah. Long story tangent short. But yeah, technically that's what I bring. It's just, be you, be happy from where you come from. Be happy of your beginnings. Accept that you are you. You are unique. There's no other person in the world that is you. No one will look the same as you. No one will have the same features. You are one of a kind. I know it's very cliche. I know you hear that a lot from multiple different people. But in my sense is embrace it. It may be cheesy, it may be hard, but you will get to that point where it's like where you look yourself in the mirror.
Cheese tax.
Where you'll get to that point. You will get to that point where you just say, you know what, they're right. I am me.
Yeah.
No one's gonna change it.
Exactly.
I'm happy where I am. Those around me are happy where I am. They're my support. They're my family. And if no one likes it, then kick rocks.
But
rocks. I'm not changing because you tell me.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Sorry. Tangent.
No, it's okay.
Huge ass tangent. I'm sorry. That's just
okay.
how I get mad.
We like to. If everyone in here, if you guys want to hear Gabe talk more, join in for more podcasts alongside Khrono and maybe Mairon. We don't know who else is going to be joining every single podcast or not every single podcast, but you be sure to hear more Gabe because Gabe likes to talk. No, just kidding, Gabe. We love that you talk, Gabe. No, I'm just messing with you. But if you guys like to hear Gabe talk, make sure you guys do comment and tell us you like to hear Gabe talk because we like to hear Gabe talk. So if you guys like to hear Gabe talk, make sure you guys let us know.
Boy, we gotta give you shit. You know we gotta give you
I know
shit.
you. I know you guys give me shit. I know. And sometimes I'm just like, Gabe, shut up. It's not always about you. Shut up. Give the other people time to talk.
This is us talking. We're having a good time. We're bantering. Like,
I know.
It's okay.
Exactly. I'm vibing. I have my water. I have my French fries. I've eaten all of my chicken and managed to keep the cat from fucking stealing it.
But yeah. For anyone here and listen and stuck around through the end of this podcast, this is where we were going to call it here. But for anyone who did stick around and hang out with us this whole podcast, you guys are amazing, phenomenal for listening in. This is a little bit about us. You can always listen more because we will have more podcasts. Gabe will definitely be around more. Mairon will be definitely around more. The idea is that podcasts will have different people, but of course, same voices will be coming in different podcasts. We do streams together, we do other content together, but the fun part is we're together, and that's the fun part is we're going to be here making stuff, making talks, being serious talks, not having fun talks. This was a talk about just us and living life, especially in the LGBTQ community, and our little stories, because each individual has their own story, and that's the fun part about life that we sometimes don't get to tell. And if you guys stuck around this long, we all appreciate it very much. I'm Khrono. You can find me at twitch.tv/Khrono and Khrono TV on other platforms. You got Gabe here.
What? Oh, sorry. I was like, wait, what? My bad. Well, you can find. I was like, wait, is he gonna do the outro for me, or am I supposed to?
No.
We never talked this through. We're doing it live. Okay. Where you can find me at if you want to hear me more chat, because I'm a huge chatterbox. Twitch.tv//Ready Player Game RPG, where you can find me. That's basically it.
And as for me, you can find me at twitch.tv/OGFireMaya. No underscores.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
All links will be in the description of this podcast.
I do also have a blue sky. I am terrible about remembering that it exists.
I think most of us are, except for maybe Gabe.
And you never gave it to me?
Sounds accurate.
It's the same as my other shit!
But for anyone who did stick around, you guys are amazing. Okay. We'll catch you next time. For anyone listening in, this is Talking with the Gourds. See you later, guys.